2017 release of Power Rangers has officially been out for a year now, and it looks like we are not getting a sequel at all. So with the ending of Power Rangers, spoiler alert, being the Tommy Oliver cameo in the detention, it's more than likely that the sequel was going to have something to do with the Green Ranger, who is a popular Power Rangers character, if not the most popular Power Rangers character. But today, what I want to do is just kind of go through and see what a Power Rangers cinematic universe would look like. It obviously wouldn't be as big as the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now that is trumping everything, but it would be really cool to see a Power Rangers cinematic universe. So that is what we are going to build today. The movie right after Power Rangers would be, obviously, Power Rangers 2. What I think would be cool would be, last time we saw Rita, she got decked into space. Her brother Rito Revolta, who was a minor Power Rangers villain, he finds her, they go back to Earth, and they are both kind of the main villain here, but in that time, someone finds Rita's power coin. In that power coin, obviously, her power coin was obviously the Green Ranger. They find the power coin and they become just mind-controlled by Rita. Something I think would be cool here, a little twist on it, and there was speculation of this, since Rita was the Green Ranger and she was a female Green Ranger, I have no issues at all with the Green Ranger being female-led. There are a couple actresses I think that could play a good Tommy Oliver, one of them being, obviously, Tessa Thompson, who I love. I think she would play a really good Green Ranger. We saw her kind of play a similar character, not really, in Valkyrie and Thor Ragnarok, and I think she could put that onto the big screen as Tommy Oliver, make that character 3 times cooler than the character of Tommy Oliver already is. It would be very similar to the 5-episode part Green with Evil. It would follow Tessa Thompson as Tommy Oliver. She is new to Angel Grove. She finds this power coin, gets the power coin, doesn't really know what it is. When Rita comes back to Earth, she becomes consumed with that green Power Ranger energy. Rita, I think it would be cool to have her in a newer costume, kind of one similar to the TV show, a little bit different since it is a little dated of a costume, but something pretty similar would be fairly awesome. So when Rita does arrive back, she's kind of in hiding because she was just defeated by the Rangers. She's with her brother Rito, who is kind of building his energy there. The only reason I really put him in this movie is so that you don't make Rita the sole villain of 2 movies. With this one, you obviously are going to have the Green Ranger, but we will kind of jump into that. So Rita has corrupted Tommy Oliver's mind here. She becomes the Green Ranger. The Green Ranger now just takes out the Power Rangers. She starts causing havoc in Angel Grove and just wipes out the Power Rangers. They try to pull out the Megazord. She pulls out the Dragon Zord, and there's an epic battle there where the Megazord from the first movie is destroyed. Zordon gives them kind of the explanation of what it is, and all he does is tell them, you don't need to kill her, you don't need to really beat her, you just need to bring her to me. And so that's what the next fight scene is. The next fight scene is they bring the Green Ranger to Zordon, so Zordon can kind of clean her mind and find out where Rita and Rito are. I say this time you have no Megazord battle, obviously, because Green Ranger just wiped out their Megazord. I say you showcase what they can do martial arts wise. And that's kind of where the movie ends, is they kill Rito somehow, and they finally defeat Rita. And before Rita goes away forever, she tells him, you have no idea what's coming, he's coming, blah blah blah, something of that nature, something creepy. And that is where the movie ends. Now there is going to be a post-credit scene, because you set me up for a post-credit scene with the first one, so I gotta have one in this one. The post-credit scene in this one is you finally see the big boy, you finally see Lord Zed. It's just him, and let's just give him this spaceship, because that's what he needs. It's him and this spaceship on his iconic throne. So that is where the third movie picks up here, and little twist here, the third movie is not going to be Power Rangers 3 following the same 5. The third movie is going to be called Power Rangers in Space. It's going to be kind of a reboot of the Power Rangers in Space TV show. Power Rangers in Space is going to follow 5 Rangers, and I think it'd be super cool to see them as different alien races, just to kind of show. So their main villain is going to kind of follow a Guardians of the Galaxy-like story. Their main villain is going to be one of their biggest villains, Ecliptor. So Ecliptor is there, and it's just a simple good versus evil storyline. Maybe he has something that the Rangers want, or has something that he's trying to give to Zed, that Zed could get more power, and the Rangers just want to stop him at his tracks. And that's all this movie's going to be. It's going to be a simple, give a little bit of origin to the Power Rangers in Space, give more lore to the Power Rangers, and then have them just defeat Ecliptor. When they defeat Ecliptor, he does tell them, yo, Zed he's not looking to wipe out all Rangers. He's looking to wipe out Rangers on Earth and take over Earth. Just as a weak moment there, just because he's defeated by these Rangers. So that's how that movie is going to end. And once again, we're going to have a post-credit scene here because I love them so much. The post-credit scene is going to show Earth, a space view, and we're going to get closer and closer and realize that it's not Earth from our century. It's going to be Earth 1,000 years in the future, and that's where we are introduced to Power Rangers Time Force. They're kind of in an alternate reality almost, where Power Ranger Space and our Rangers that we met in the first 2 movies have been destroyed by Zed. Zed kind of took over the world, and it has just become this chaotic place. And kind of a different version of what it is in the actual show, where it's this futuristic city. I'm saying you have more of a dark city here, a Blade Runner type setting, to where, yes, it is in the future, but that future is not great. Fighting Zed's human lieutenant, basically, and his name is going to be Rancic, going to kill the original Red Ranger for Time Force, and he's basically going to hunt them down through time, and they realize that this future is not meant for them. So what they do is they travel back in time. They end up in the same time as the first 2 movies are going on. Probably around the very end of the second movie. I think it would be cool to have them on the other side of the map. Same continent of North America, but maybe a different side there. Maybe a giant city where Rancic finds them. And I think it'd be awesome if you do have a giant Megazord battle here. And Megazord battle, kind of different than the first movie where it's in a small town. I'm talking about a Megazord battle in a giant city. Almost create it like a Godzilla type fight, make it that intense between the Power Rangers Time Force and Rancic. So they go back in time, and in doing that, they'd find the old relative of their original Red Ranger, just like the TV show they do. And I say that be a big bulk of the film, them basically adapting from their future to our present, and them training Wes, who will become the Red Ranger. So after they defeat Rancic, roll credits. Obviously, I cannot help myself at this point. There's a portal open, and they want to see what their future look like after they defeat Rancic and see if alter their dimension at all. Before they step in, you see 2 figures walk up to them. It's Jason Scott and Tommy Oliver from the first 2 Power Ranger movies that we have made here, and they're like, we need your help. And that's where that movie ends. Out on Power Rangers 3, Lord Zed is coming to Earth. It'll start off with our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Power Rangers Time Force kind of getting together here, talking about like what is coming to Earth, and that's when Power Rangers in Space shows up and Zordon's lair there, and they're like, you have no idea what you're up against. Big boy Zed comes in. When I imagine this, I do imagine him kind of coming in like Zod in Man of Steel, kind of that almost alien invasion. Have 2 fight scenes there, have one in the small town of Angel Grove. A couple of the Rangers are fighting some of Zed's companions. Maybe even Zed himself shows up and just cleans house. Maybe kills a Ranger or 2. You didn't hear that from me, though. He's peed off that Zordon is still alive. He's peed off that they killed Rita, and he wants the giant crystal thing that Goldar was trying to get. I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what it's called, but he's after that. And so, very black and white movie here of just good versus evil, and a Monster House battle of just Zordon's minions versus the Rangers. The intense fight, ultimately they will defeat Zordon, they'll save Earth, and that'll be the end of phase 1, I guess, of this Power Rangers cinematic universe. That's all I've really thought about. I haven't really thought about much after. You could always do Power Rangers 4, Mighty Morphin 4, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. You could do some more spin-offs, but with how many Power Rangers spin-off shows there are, at a point, it'll just become redundant. You can do a Power Rangers Time Force sequel where they do go back and they're in their time and it's not what they wanted and they have some villains to face there. Power Rangers in Space, you could do some more villains, but ultimately that is all that I think you would need for a pretty solid Power Rangers cinematic universe. So guys, thank you so much for listening to me rant about Power Rangers and how much I love them, and I know we will never see any of that on screen, but it's always fun to dream and always fun to create your own stories with that. Please like and share this video, subscribe. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, if you have any thoughts about Power Rangers, if you have your own Power Rangers cinematic universe that you have thought of, let us know in the comments below. Any questions we will definitely get to on our live podcast sometime this weekend. But guys, thank you so much.